Gauge is not within 90%. Bucket tuned for the purposes of training. Opening pressure valve. Low air alarm activated. Passive device activated. Remote gauge is 100%. Good seal. As I'm displaying 2 green dots.
Wonder when part of me died. I look around and see nothing but people who dying to live while I'm dying inside. The cycle repeats and I'm wondering why. I run away when I'm closing my eyes. Hard to explain it, so I say I'm fine. Seems like it's easier for me to lie. I lie awake and I stare at the sky. Hold on my hope that there's more to this life. They see me shine but they don't know the price. Hold on my head but I am not alright. I live my life at the edge of a knife. We all got demons, might just let them fight. They cloud in my judgment, it's hard to be right when you don't know your purpose or path in this life. And you cannot relate to it, so I feel like I'm alone in a world full of lies. Holding my heart that got filled up with ice. Drowning myself, I keep chasing a high. Just to feel something, I wish I knew why. The high never comes at the end of the night. Caught in the current, it's hard to survive. Days come and go, this life passing me by. At least I can say that I tried. Wonder when energy dies. Is there a heaven or is it a lie? I live forgotten in an innocent lie. I look for beauty inside of the fire. Try to keep going, but I get so tired. I fill the void with the things I desire. Keep on neglecting all that is required to deal with the problems that I have acquired. Just wanna be like all the ones I admired. And I don't know if I can reach. Been under the water, I'm stuck in the sea. It's hard to keep swimming, I don't see a reason. I started to question all that I believe. Cry out for help, they act like they can't see it. Relive my trauma so much it feels recent. Never alone because I got some demons. When home isn't home, all your problems are secret.
Yes, I'm living for the Lord right now. Next few months I'll be on the road right now. I don't care about my life right now. I'll be losing my life for a second, that's right now. Yes, I'm living for the Lord right now. Next few months I'll be on the road right now. I don't care about my life right now. I'll be losing my life for a second, that's right now. I'll be tripping in my head, feeling like I'm going down. Remember the nights I wanted pistol to my mouth. Remember all them nights I was so drugged out. Remember all them days I wasn't feeling like myself. Hey, and where's time?
Hey hustlers, so at this point, you probably noticed that my training has been organized into 2 different forms. There's training where basically I follow the exact same process every single week, and I do the exact same workouts, the exact same exercise, just the exact same routine. But there's also training where I try to put in new methods, new exercises, and the reason for that is basically because I'm trying to prepare myself for being in for very particular situations that I am not commonly in. For example, in this clip right here, you'll see that I'm basically doing an army crawl with 2 18-pound kettlebells in my hand. That is to prepare myself for me in this clip here, where I'm basically crawling under a fire truck engine with the full turnout gear on my body. By the way, the SCBA tank is about 50 pounds, so it's not easy. And so what you'll notice about that training is that it requires me to stay physically and mentally on edge. So I like to do that not just in fitness, but in my overall pattern of life. And one of the ways I do that is through research. So with that being said, one particular topic that I'm researching right now is artificial intelligence, or AI. For those of you who either have somewhat of an idea or you just straight up don't know what AI is, according to The Age of AI and Our Human Future by Daniel Hesher, I don't know if I pronounced that right, it says, AI is not an industry, let alone a single product. In strategic parlance, it is not a domain. It is an enabler of many industries and facets of human life, scientific research, education, manufacturing, politics, advertising, art, culture, and more. So you're probably wondering, Seth, that's a whole lot of industries right there. What does that have anything to do with fitness? Well, the thing is that, like I said, my training is keeping me focused on being mentally and physically on edge. So because of that, I have noticed that AI is not something that it's just this new thing that we as humans are studying. Humans use AI in our everyday life. We use it on our computers. We use it in our overall patterns of movement and our daily routines. And so because of that, if you can understand AI, you can understand a whole different complex understanding of physical fitness and your future goals. Now, before I continue, I do have to make a disclaimer. Even though, yes, I did want to do this research out of my own will, I am not citing any evidence that is based off of my personal experience or based off my own biased ideas. I'm using three forms of credible research. These two books right here, The Age of AI and also simply Artificial Intelligence. And then for a few brief moments, I'm also going to explain How to for Dummies ChatGPT. So that way you know that even though I am not majoring in AI, I still am saying this out of credible research to create sound conclusions. A little perspective based on the research that I found. According to Age of AI, AI started with a chess program where moves were calculated and could beat many opponents. The first recorded AI training was a program developed by Google in late 2017. It did not have strategy, it purely had logic on its own. It recognized patterns and moves across vast sets of possibilities human minds cannot fully digest. And then it also goes into generated pre-trained transmitter, using a generated pre-trained transmitter, or GPT. Little foreshadowing right there. Then, according to Simply AI, in 1948, Alan Turing set out to prove that with the right algorithm, a computer could play a game of chess. At the time, no electronic computer insisted to run such an algorithm, so Turing played the role of computer himself, performing each step of the algorithm on paper. So what that basically means is that because this is so early before the main introduction to the internet, people were basically starting the first few steps of AI using algorithms that were written on paper, similar to how they did it with a calculator. Now, with that into perspective, you still probably are thinking, but Seth, where does that play into fitness? Well, let's rewind a bit. I talked about how my training is focused on following a set pattern, a routine that I repeat for a prolonged period of time, but then also putting myself in situations where I'm trying to prepare for the predicted outcome, even though I don't know for sure what's going to happen. That's pretty much the purpose of AI, is to have research that it already knows to be factually sound and it has already been documented, but also make certain predictions on the future of certain events that can be calculated. And so because of that, if I'm able to understand a fast-growing series of industries, then I can do that with physical fitness. And on a final note, you're probably wondering, well, Seth, that's nice that that's how you use AI in your life, but how am I using AI in my life? Well, here's the thing. To all of my friends that are in college like myself, can't disclose where I'm at, but you understand the perspective, you have probably written a paper using the new platform called ChatGPT. It is a fast-growing AI platform that students use to write their papers according to specific topics that their professors recommend. Now, why would someone use ChatGPT? Well, according to this book right here, The ChatGPT, like machine learning ML and deep learning DL, models learns by exposure to patterns and massive training data sets, then uses it to I'm not gonna lie, I can't tell you how many times I have read something and I just stutter over myself. It's pretty funny because when I was probably from when I was 9 years old till I was 18, I grew up in a home where basically my mother woke me up at 5 a.m. and we would read the Bible before school. And so I'm very happy she did that, but it's ironic. I don't find myself being used to stuttering over words. I find myself where I can easily just read them like a computer does. So this is a little annoying that I have to see this, but I'm human. So, ChatGPT, like all machine learning and deep learning models, learns by exposure to patterns and massive training data sets. It then uses to recognize these and similar patterns in other data sets. ChatGPT does not think or learn like humans do. Rather, it understands and acts based on its pattern recognition capabilities. And also, to add to that, ChatGPT is an AI software where basically it doesn't do just one simple response to a question you have, like the internet or how Google does. It's able to create much longer dialogues and conversations. And so the pattern that ChatGPT uses is the exact same pattern I use with fitness. It takes all the facts and logic that has already been documented and uses it to get the answers, but it also uses its advanced algorithms to calculate certain conclusions. So with that being said, you now understand how AI is constantly being used at a faster and faster rate, how I use AI, and how you probably use AI. Hope this gives you a broader, more refined perspective of the benefits of AI.
To the city.